Assalamualaikum. So we're gonna talk about introduction first. So first thing first, vehicles are one of the main sources of NOx emission, especially in city with heavy traffic. When fuel burns at high temperature inside engines, it produces nitrogen oxide or NOx, which are released through the exhaust. Even though we cannot see these gases, they have a strong impact on air quality, human health and the environment. Because vehicles operate close to people, vehicular NOx is particularly important to understand and control. So, vehicular NOx is a big concern in cities because of the several reasons. So, why is it a problem? First, it contributes to poor air quality. Vehicle release NOx into the air, and in the areas with heavy traffic, this pollution becomes significant. Second, NOx react with sunlight to form smog and ground level ozone, which make the air harder to breathe and reduce visibility. Third, there are health effects. NOx can irritate the lungs and worsen conditions like asthma, especially in children and the elderly. Finally, high human exposure is a problem because this emission happen close to roads, homes and workplace, meaning that the people are breathing in it directly. So overall, vehicular NOx is a major contributor to urban air pollution and poses serious environmental and health risks.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Lifakimi Bermatsaki. For my part, I will discuss a critical environmental and public health issue about NOx emission from vehicle. So, what is NOx? NOx, which stand for nitrogen oxides, primarily NO and NO2, is emitted from the combustion engine of car, truck and also bus. These pollutants don't just stay in the air. They are react to form small acid rain and fine particulate matter known as PM2.5. Globally, the transportation is responsible for about half of all human-made NOx emissions. And while diesel vehicles make up a small portion of the fleet, and they are disproportionately high emitted. This makes NOx control not just important, but it's also very urgent. NOx impact our environment and health in four main ways. First, it contributes to smog formation, which warns for respiratory conditions like asthma. Second, it leads to acid rain that damaging the forest, lake and even infrastructure. Third, it helps from particulate matter, PM2.5, which linked to heart and lung disease. And the last one, it causes eutrophication, where excess nutrient in water lead to the dead zone, harming aquatic life. So, how do we control the NOx emission? This chart shows the effectiveness of the key technology. EGR lower the combustion temperature and reduce NOx formation about 30%. LNT or lean NOx trap is often used in lighter vehicles and can achieve around 70% reduction. SCR or selective catalytic reduction is the most effective for heavy duty vehicle, reaching up to 90% reduction by using urea-based fluid. And we can combine SCR and EGR, and then we can achieve over 95% reduction. The technology exists, is about implementation and also maintenance. Looking forward, we need a three-part strategy. First, better technology like advanced SCR system and real-world emission monitoring. Second, stronger regulation, ensuring vehicle perform as well on the road as in the lab. And third, a clean transition towards electric vehicle, sustainable fuel and improved public transport. Our ultimate goal is clear, zero tailpipe emissions.
For this slide, I will explain the main recommendation to reduce emissions of nitrogen oxides from vehicles. First, emission control technologies need to be strengthened. Diesel vehicles are a major source of nitrogen oxide emissions. So wider adoption of selective catalytic reduction system is strongly recommended. This system converts nitrogen oxide into harmless nitrogen and water using diesel exhaust fluid. In addition, Proper maintenance of exhaust gas recirculation system and lean nitrogen oxide traps is essential. If these systems are not well maintained, their effectiveness in reducing emissions will decrease. Using high-quality diesel exhaust fluid is also important to ensure these technologies function properly. Second, regulatory enforcement must be enhanced. Strict compliance with emission standards such as Euro 6 is necessary to control nitrogen oxide emissions. Regular real driving emission testing should be conducted to measure emission under real road conditions rather than only in laboratories. Stronger monitoring and enforcement are also needed to prevent manipulation or tampering with emission control systems. Third, cleaner transportation should be promoted. This includes encouraging the use of battery electric vehicles and fuel cell vehicles, which produce little to no nitrogen oxide emissions. Supporting low emission and alternative fuel can further reduce pollution, improve public transportation, and encouraging non-motorized transports such as walking and cycling can also help reduce overall vehicle emissions. Finally, public awareness should be increased. Educating vehicle owners about the environmental and health impacts of nitrogen oxides can encourage responsible vehicle use. Promoting eco-driving practices and regular vehicle inspections can further help reduce emission and improve air quality. In conclusion, emissions of nitrogen oxides from vehicles are a serious environmental and public health issue. These emissions contribute to poor air quality, smoke formation, acid rain, and fine particulate matter, all of which negatively affect human health and ecosystem. Diesel vehicles are identified as one of the main sources of nitrogen oxide emissions, especially in urban areas where human exposure is high. However, effective solutions are available. Technologies such as selective catalytic reduction, lean nitrogen oxide trap, and exhaust gas recirculation system can significantly reduce nitrogen oxide emissions when properly implemented and maintained. Strong regulations, real driving emissions testing, and strict enforcement are critical to ensure these technologies are used effectively. Overall, reducing nitrogen oxide emissions require a combined effort involving technology, regulation, and public participation. Moving towards cleaner transportation options, particularly electric vehicles, along with improved public transport and greater public awareness, will help protect the environment, improve air quality, and safeguard public health for the future.